I was driving to help my friend Amber with her ride-hailing shift when I picked up my husband Ethan and his mistress Luna. They were kissing passionately by the rear door of the car. Even after Luna climbed inside, she leaned halfway out to wrap her arms around his neck for another kiss. Be good. I'll come see you next weekend. Okay. But promise not to force yourself to touch that shameless flat ivy anymore. My hands froze on the steering wheel when I saw Ethan and Luna entwined at the hotel entrance. The world seemed to tilt. With no one else around, it was obvious they'd called the car. Through the right side mirror, I watched Luna suddenly press her lips to his. Ethan smoothly slid his hand around her waist as they began an open-mouthed kiss right there on the sidewalk. The air thickening with the wet sounds of their entanglement. Numbness spread through my limbs while acid rose in my throat. Amber had been complaining about stomach pains when she got this ride request. Since I was nearby chatting with her, I'd volunteered to take the fare for the experience. Never imagining the passengers would include the man who'd kissed me goodbye that morning murmuring about overtime. The custom-designed t-shirt he wore screamed the truth, the slightly warped logo I'd hastily ironed. The specific slate blue we'd argued over with manufacturers. Every detail confirmed this was Ethan. My husband of 3 years. Cheating. 1,000 scenarios exploded in my mind, slapping him senseless. Screaming obscenities at the homewrecker. Calmly confronting him to gauge his reaction. Would he beg forgiveness or demand divorce? Yet I remained paralyzed. Knuckles bleaching against the steering wheel as fury rang in my ears like cathedral bells. Luna clung to Ethan like ivy, resisting entry until he coaxed her into the back seat. At the last moment, she lunged out again for a final kiss. Watching their reflection, my rage crystallized into glacial clarity. This soiled man wasn't worth my tears. Be good. Ethan repeated while shutting the door. Next weekend. Her parting shot made my stomach churn. Don't force yourself to touch that shameless flat ivy anymore. He slid into the passenger seat without glancing up. We're ready. The navigation screen glowed with our destination, Mingjialifei residence. My own apartment complex. I haven't stayed at that place since getting married. Later, I handed it over to Ethan to manage. He said he rented it out. No doubt he leased it to Luna. He probably never collected rent from her. Given her clingy nature, she's likely been paying him instead. Before leaving, Luna told Ethan to stay away from that shameless flat ivy, obviously referring to me. They were mocking my chest size. I'd struggled with insecurity about my smaller bust for years until Amber said, "You look perfect like this. Models all have your build. Bigger would just be cumbersome and awkward." After that, I focused on cultivating my elegance and never felt insecure again. Now it's become my cheating husband and his mistress' private joke. A bitter laugh escaped me. Through the rearview mirror, I saw Luna's ample cleavage, quite the contrast. Her swollen lips and bedroom eyes completed the stereotypical homewrecker look. Ethan used to prefer icy sophistication. Since when did he switch to tacky glamour? She was texting. Using voice messages, "Baby. It's been 2 minutes. Miss me?" Undoubtedly to Ethan. "Come home later. I want more time with you." Their sickening sweetness made my stomach churn. I just checked the mirror, my lips are swollen. You should wait until yours calm down too. So flat ivy won't get suspicious. Her whisper carried clearly in Amber's sound-proofed car. You're so miserable at home. Only I truly care about you. Baby. I miss you already. Do you? Hearing their nauseating affair talk felt surreal. Miserable at home? So that's how he sees it. Minutes later, a familiar masculine voice replied through her phone, my husband's raspy tone I'd heard daily for 7 years. Enough. I'll come back after you get home. Luna pouted dramatically. Should have made you come with me for extra cuddle time. Little minx. I'd never escape your clutches. His voice turned husky. Never met anyone as energetic as you. Do you like it? Love it. Especially when you're being naughty. Blushing. She glanced at me and lowered the volume. After the visual assault came the verbal onslaught. My hands stayed steady on the wheel now. Jaw clenched but no longer shaking. Nothing they did could surprise me anymore. Fighting nausea. I accelerated. Though silent now. Her flushed cheeks and occasional giggles told enough. Then Ethan's message lit up my screen. Claire. Heading home? Got your favorite. Behind me. Luna giggled at her phone. You're terrible. A shiver ran through me. He's multitasking, entertaining his mistress while pretending to care about me. If I hadn't happened to cover Amber's taxi shift, I wouldn't have discovered Ethan had been playing house with 2 women all this time. Remembering how he'd kissed that woman before coming home to kiss me night after night made me want to slam the brakes and retch. Just when I thought I'd reached my limit, they'd find new ways to trample over my boundaries. When we pulled up at the apartment complex, Luna stepped out while dictating a voice message. After the door thudded shut, her parting shot sliced through the air. When are you dumping that flat Ivy anyway? The moment she disappeared from view, I scrambled out and vomited until my insides burned. Back in Amber's car, I tore through every compartment. She kept cigarettes here. I needed one desperately. My shaking hands found nothing. I yanked at my hair until the sting grounded me. Amber called as expected. Where are you? Wait for pickup. I forced out. The drive passed in static silence. When Amber slid into the passenger seat, her smirk died instantly. Jesus. You look like death warmed over. Was the driving gig that bad? Cigarette. Now. She lit one without questions. I staggered outside, hacking through each drag until tears streamed down my face. Amber's palm circled my back. Steady as always. Talk. She finally said. I jerked my chin at the dashcam. Her scream rattled windows. I'll carve that bastard's heart out. Don't. I gripped her leather jacket. We both knew she'd do it, this wildfire of a woman who'd bloodied noses over crude jokes since middle school. She snatched my cigarette, inhaling like it owed her money. Told you men were trash. Now toss him out with yesterday's garbage. We'd pinky sworn to stay single forever. I broke that vow for Ethan's 4-year symphony of devotion, love letters spilling from journals. Trembling hands presenting roses. The way he'd sob laughed when I said yes. Claire. You're my entire universe. He'd whisper each night, fingertips tracing my wedding band. Our friends swooned over the perfect husband. 3 years. 3 years before his universe expanded to include Luna's bed. Amber ground the cigarette butt under her boot. His loss. We'll burn his shit tomorrow. The parking lot lights hummed. Somewhere, Ethan was probably texting me goodnight kisses. I stared at the glowing ember in my hand, its heat mirroring the acid in my throat. Let's torch everything, I said. Amber's grin could have powered the city grid. Atta girl. Amber. Do you think he changed? Or did I never truly see him for who he was? Amber Collins threw her cigarette to the ground, grinding it viciously under her heel. Either way, he's not worth your energy anymore. When I returned home that night, Ethan had been waiting for hours. He moved to embrace me the moment I walked in, kissing, hugging, and lifting me up remained his favorite domestic rituals. Habits he'd maintained religiously throughout our 3-year marriage. But now, the memory of him French kissing that woman surged through my mind, making me nearly gag on the spot. I raised a hand to stop him. Don't. I'm exhausted. He persisted like he always did during my rare refusals. If my tired wife doesn't want to move, her hubby will do all the work. His saccharine pet name made my skin crawl. Don't touch me. My sudden shout froze him mid-step. Did you shower? I asked. Not yet. Go wash up. We'll talk after. As shower water began drumming against tile, I grabbed his phone. The messaging apps showed only work chats and our mundane exchanges, suspiciously devoid of any female colleagues. My fingers flew to his lesser-used platforms. In one obscure app, a contact named Moonbeam Lover had just sent, Big Brother. I'm bleeding since we got back. I'm scared. Scrolling up revealed today's exchanges. Am I better than her? Don't be silly. Baby. You know you are. Every time with her feels like torture. I'm glad I could do what she refuses to. Does that please you? She acts like some princess despite her flat chest. How long will you keep playing servant to that flat Ivy? Dump her already, I'll treat you like royalty. Can't walk away empty-handed after investing so much. Wait until she's completely dependent, I'll support whatever you do. Can't wait to see that bitch bag at your feet. My hands shook as I screenshot these messages and erased all traces. Heart pain I hadn't felt in a decade clawed through my chest. Ethan's masterpiece after suppressing my congenital condition for years. He emerged to find me clutching my sternum on the couch. His phone chimed. A friend's having an emergency. Need to check. Which friend? Colleague you don't know. Lives alone. Be right back. He threw on clothes. Hair dripping. Rushing to his mistress without noticing my access to his accounts. My heart's acting up too. Take me to ER. The man who'd protected my health for a decade had finally broken me. What's wrong? Heart attack. He rubbed his temples irritably. Stop joking. Claire. You've always been perfectly healthy, never had heart issues all these years. My friend's in real trouble. I'll spend time with you when I get back. I really do have heart disease. I stared up at him. There was a time when he'd panic over my slightest sniffle, rushing me to the hospital for checkups. Now he remained unfazed even hearing about a cardiac condition, dismissing it as dramatics. The signs of his indifference had been there all along. How pathetic that I'd clung to his carefully crafted illusions. Fine. Whatever. I'll take you to the hospital after this. Okay? I can't delay any longer. He muttered. Ethan, my breath hitched as he strode toward the door. My outstretched hand grasped only empty air. My medication. 10 years without an episode had made me complacent. I collapsed trying to reach the bedroom. The crushing pain intensified. My vision blurred. Trembling fingers fumbled for my phone. Amber. Amber. I awoke to Amber's panicked face. Thank God you're conscious. Streaks of dried tears glistened as she thrust water toward me. You nearly gave me a heart attack. After regaining composure, I asked. How'd you know where my meds were? Are you kidding? I've carried these since your last episode. Lucky I was downstairs when you called, she cut herself off. And don't ask how I picked your lock. You know my teenage hobbies. Where's that bastard Ethan? Didn't he check on you? After a beat, I said. Let's go to the hospital. Right. We need full tests. This came out of nowhere. At the medical center. I headed straight for the 4th floor. Claire. Amber yelled. Cardiology's on too. Obstetrics. I couldn't wait another second. That woman had mentioned bleeding, she'd be an OB. Ethan's earlier urgency made sense now. Her clinginess would monopolize him. Just as I once had. Outside the gynecology wing. I froze. Ethan emerged laughing. Luna's hand draped possessively around his arm. Their smiles died upon seeing me. Claire, Ethan jerked free. Rushing over. Why are you here? I evaded his touch. Who's she? His forehead glistened under fluorescent lights. Just a coworker. I've mentioned her before. She was sick with no one to care for her. As her supervisor, she naturally came to me. I studied him coldly before snatching the medical report from his hand. Minor tearing, accompanying your colleague for a gynecological exam? Beads of sweat formed on his forehead. Claire. She was all alone. Her boyfriend abandoned her. I was just showing compassion. I swear nothing happened between us. I threw the report at his face. Have you no shame? Escorting a female coworker for intimate exams at night? Where's your sense of boundaries? The woman finally snapped, shoving me violently. What's your problem? Aren't you supposed to be all dignified? Look at you acting like some rabid shrew. Stop bullying him already. Her push landed directly on my chest. The sudden crushing pain leaving me gasping for air. Quit faking. One little shove and you're dying? Can't imagine why Ethan ever married a flat-chested drama queen like you. She hissed the last insults under her breath. Amber caught me from behind and slapped the woman with resounding force, sending her staggering. You home-wrecking trash don't get to speak about her. She helped me sit down, urgently checking if I was injured. Ethan opened his mouth but ultimately bent to examine the woman's face instead. Luna. Are you okay? Tears cascaded down Luna Reed's cheeks, the vivid handprint making her appear tragically vulnerable. Amber moved to confront her but Ethan blocked the way. His voice turned glacial. Don't make me hit a woman. Amber smirked with derision. Then don't treat me like one. Come on. Show me what a cheating, enabling coward can do. Ethan's eyes burned crimson. Fists clenched as violent tremors racked his body. I stepped between them. Ethan. Spare the theatrics. If you want her, just say so. I'll gladly step aside. Grabbing Amber's arm, I turned to leave. This hospital scene had become grotesque enough. Claire Young. Ethan seized my wrist, his other hand still clinging to Luna. Don't go with her. The suffocating pressure in my chest intensified as I stared pointedly at their joined hands. Must you keep humiliating me? He jerked away as if scalded. Claire. I pulled free. We'll discuss divorce paperwork this week. Enough ugliness for today. When he lunged forward, Luna clung to him tearfully. Ethan. My face hurts so bad. Take me home? Amber and I left without glancing back. That night found me in Amber's guest room. She dragged her mattress onto my floor, making me chuckle. Worried I'll do something drastic? Not really. The ache persisted, like razor blades slowly filleting my heart. I can't tell if it's my physical condition or emotions causing this. Sometimes the pain makes it hard to breathe. But it's not life-threatening. I'm just wounded, someone hurt me. And pain is inevitable. Though I've always believed time heals all wounds. Amber turned away from me, her back facing mine. That's not why. I'm terrified your old illness might flare up again. I can't handle another scare. I stared blankly at her silhouette, emotions swirling indistinctly inside. After all these years, she's still the one who cares for me most. Sighing, I lay down quietly, expecting insomnia. Yet watching Amber's outline, an inexplicable calm settled over me. With her nearby, fear dissolved. I slept soundly till dawn. When I woke, Amber had left for work. She'd prepared breakfast and left a note on the table. Stay away from that bastard. Don't let yourself get hurt again. I sat motionless for a while. Solitude breeds overthinking. I couldn't stop wondering what I'd done wrong. Why would he treat me this way? The questions circled endlessly until I forced myself to stop. Healing takes time. Amber's breakfast showed her usual attentiveness to my preferences. Sometimes I feel profoundly grateful for such a friend. After a few bites, knocking erupted at the door. Claire. I know you're there. Open up. We need to talk. Ethan. I'd kept my phone off to avoid any trace of him. Yet here he was, already pounding relentlessly, that stubborn persistence I knew too well. He'd shamelessly pursued me for 4 years this way. Perhaps clarity was overdue. Opening the door revealed Ethan's haggard face. Claire. I can explain. There's nothing between me and that woman. I'll never speak to her again. Please stop being angry? I laughed bitterly, exhaustion weighing my limbs. Leaning my head on the couch, I watched him sit opposite me, a guilty child awaiting forgiveness. Eyes pleading. Ethan. Are you truly blameless here? Dark circles shadowed his sleepless eyes. Hair disheveled. Complexion ashen. He hung his head, deploying that pitiful act he'd always used after upsetting me. Claire. Do you know how devastating that word was? Divorce isn't something to throw around lightly. What unspeakable crime did I commit to deserve this punishment? Because I helped a coworker get to the hospital? Fine, I'll never speak to another woman. Only you. Okay? His wounded expression tugged at my heart. For a moment, I questioned myself, had those incidents been nightmares? Stress-induced delusions? How could this husband who dotes on me endlessly commit such vile acts? He prepared all 3 meals every day. I never stepped foot in the kitchen. He handled my skincare products and undergarments, even memorizing my allergies better than I did. During my illnesses, he'd hold me through sleepless nights, patiently administering water and medicine. Never once did he raise his voice. Every request I made became his sacred mission. Until last night, when that absurd scene unfolded with that woman. He'd never shown interest in anyone else around me. I truly believed I was his entire universe. His smiles felt so genuine. I thought he was happy. I was wrong. His heart operates like a black hole rigged with traps, unknowable, untouchable. The deeper I reached, the more it shredded me. So I withdrew. I'd been too easily contented, too willingly fooled. Even after betting another woman, he still dared play the wounded victim before me. How do you manage this? I watched coldly as he composed himself, then drawled. Ethan. I did Amber a favor yesterday by covering her taxi shift. His pupils contracted as he stiffened. Guess who my passenger was? Your dear colleague. Funny coincidence. Right? Funnier still, she was glued to some man's lips outside the Hilton. Turns out I know that man too. Care to guess? My laughter rattled through the room. Ethan scrambled to his feet, panic widening his eyes. Claire. Oh. You're figuring it out. Stop this. He barked abruptly. Why? I witnessed the entire spectacle. Their tongues were practically braiding together. Couldn't bear separation for a single second. Then they started mocking another woman's breasts, called her shameless flat ivy. Oh. And I reviewed their carpool voice messages. Ethan collapsed onto the sofa. Sheet white. Desperately reconstructing yesterday's conversations. Do you love me? God, yes. Especially when you're being filthy. Dump that flat ivy bitch already. Patience. Let her become irreplaceably dependent first, she's still clinging to denial. Claire, please stop. Ethan's lips twitched as he crumpled to his knees before me. None of that's real. We're just acting. I lied. Nothing happened, you must believe me. I gazed down. Continuing mercilessly. Ethan? I started bleeding after returning home. So scared. Quite the player. Aren't we? Now explain how you're innocent. Tell me. Why shouldn't I file for divorce? He trembled violently while clutching my legs. Gripped desperate as if I'd vanish otherwise. Claire. You're my only love. That woman means nothing. Please believe me, I'm begging you. I looked down at him. Genuinely perplexed. Ethan. You too went that far. Why do you still claim to love me? Do you enjoy keeping backups while chasing new options? I'm starting to wonder, was that woman even your only affair? You never loved me. You just wanted to conquer me. Wait until I'm completely dependent. Then crush me to feed your pathetic ego. Am I wrong? No. His trembling intensified. Shaking us both. Claire. I love you, only you. That woman was a mistake. Just one slip up. It'll never happen again. There's never been anyone else. He suddenly grabbed his phone. I'll delete her right now. I'll cut all contact. Please, just forgive me this once. I maintained calm eye contact. No. Ethan. Infidelity is non-negotiable for me. Especially after witnessing that nauseating scene I can't erase from my mind. How could I possibly take you back? He froze mid-motion. Eyes glistening. Claire. I messed up. But are you completely blameless? You accuse me of cheating. Yet your heart's never been fully mine. His words stunned me. What are you implying? A bitter laugh escaped him. For years. You've always prioritized Amber over me. I'm your husband. Yet her needs constantly trump mine. I gaped in disbelief. Amber's a woman. Are you seriously jealous of my best friend? What you two share isn't normal friendship. His voice turned sharp. Finally voicing long, suppressed suspicions. You're lesbians. Aren't you? I stood frozen. Shock rendering me speechless. I camped outside your building last night. Amber entered your apartment and never left. She tried sabotaging our relationship from day one, acted like she wanted me dead during our dating years. What kind of friend behaves so possessively? Her obsession with you crosses every boundary. If my world revolves around you, hers orbits you like a satellite. Claire. I'm not blind. There've been too many unexplained moments between you two. I kept dismissing them. Telling myself it's just close friendship. But you constantly choose her over me, it's destroying us. When you vanished into mountains for her birthday, ignoring my frantic calls, do you know how terrified I was? You nursed her injury for a month without coming home. Did my feelings matter at all? She's carried your medication daily for 10 years, a full decade. He fumbled with a cigarette. Hands shaking. After exhaling smoke, he continued hoarsely. What you two share is the real epic love story. She'll always be your first priority. I've been groveling for scraps of affection. Claire. I love you desperately. But I can't keep living like this. You once said we'd let her co-parent our future children as their godmother. Sometimes I wonder, am I just sperm donor you'll discard after serving my purpose? Claire. I can't. What? What insane justification is this? Amber and I grew up together. We've survived countless hardships. She's family. How dare he vilify our bond? Ethan. Do you hear how deranged you sound? I trembled with fury. Pointing at the door. Get out. I never want to see you again. After the divorce. Let's pretend we never existed to each other. Over my dead body. He roared. I won't divorce. I'm the one who loves you most. You're just temporarily bewitched by that woman. I'll leave Luna. And you leave Amber. We'll call it even. Let's go back to how we were before. Weren't we always happy? You shameless bastard. How could someone be so despicable? Ethan grabbed me, kissing me frantically. Claire. I love you. Only you. Don't leave me. He started tearing at my clothes. I slapped him hard. Get out. Undeterred. He pressed closer with a red handprint on his face, pinning me to the couch. Claire. I won't leave. I'm your husband. Ethan. Didn't you say sleeping with me was torture? Then don't touch me. He froze. Bloodshot eyes wild and desperate. No. Claire. I couldn't stop you from being with her, I've been tormenting myself. I'm going insane. Don't touch me. You disgust me. He shuddered, forcing a bitter laugh. You're just confused. This phase will pass. Let me love you. No. Ethan. Get off. His rough hands groped violently. I'm your husband. Forever. This is marital rape. I screamed, wishing I could stab him. Claire. Don't say such things. His weight crushed me, tears soaking my collar. He took me brutally. Gone was the gentle lover Hote always asked, does this hurt? This was animalistic frenzy, continuing until darkness claimed me. I awoke to Amber silently wiping blood off me. Crimson droplets stained her face like a warrior's war paint. I grabbed her wrist. Where's Ethan? Dead. Her voice chilled me. My throat tightened. What did you do? Where is he? She stood abruptly. You still care? That monster raped you. If I hadn't come back early. Killing was mercy. I wasn't worried about him. I was terrified for her. Where is he? Living room. The scene made me dizzy. Ethan lay in a blood pool, skull split open by the shattered terracotta pot beside him. Call 911. I begged Amber. Amber Collins leaned casually against the doorframe. Wouldn't bother calling. Better off dead anyway. That lunatic. I frantically grabbed my phone and dialed 911 with trembling hands before collapsing onto the floor. Don't worry. I'll take responsibility if he dies. Amber declared, her cropped hair bristling with defiance. Her callousness made my chest tighten until darkness swallowed me again. The sterile hospital room smelled of antiseptic and lingering cigarette smoke when I awoke. Amber sat meticulously peeling an apple by my bedside. The bastard's next door with Luna keeping him company. She said without looking up. Paramedics brought you both in. You've relapsed completely, all that recovery down the drain. She arranged apple slices neatly before disappearing, the faintest tobacco trail clinging to her oversized flannel. Staring at ceiling tiles, I replayed Ethan's poisonous words about Amber and me. Our decade-long bond, forged through chronic illness and countless hospitalizations, suddenly felt contaminated. She'd been my rock since college. My emergency contact before becoming my legal guardian. When my parents died in the crash, Amber learned to administer IV medications between her engineering classes. The door clicked open. Eat. Amber commanded, scrubbing my fingers with antiseptic wipes. Her touch lingered on my wedding band. We both knew the truth, this gold circle had nearly killed me twice. First when Ethan's work trips turned out to be hotel trysts with Luna. Then when his drunken rage sent my oxygen tank crashing through the bedroom window. Stop protecting me, I whispered as she arranged steamed vegetables. Amber froze, the spoon hovering mid-air. For 13 years she'd fought my battles against bullies, incompetent doctors. Now against my own husband. Her knuckles whitened around the food tray. Understood, came the tight reply. More machine than human. Discharge day arrived with divorce papers and cigarette butts in the parking lot. Amber chain smoked by the Honda while I signed forms. Each signature flaring old scar tissue across my ribs. Through the hospital glass, I watched Luna giggle over Ethan's morphine drip. My fingers instinctively traced the emergency insulin pump Amber had rigged when insurance denied coverage. The pump beeped a warning. Amber materialized instantly. Glucose tabs ready. Our eyes met in silent understanding, some bonds outlast vows. Outlive betrayal. She crushed her cigarette, the embers dying as my heartbeat steadied. We drove away leaving skid marks across the divorce papers. Some things can't be avoided no matter how hard I try. The moment I saw Luna in that hospital room, I knew the real trouble was just beginning. Is it really you? She spat. When I saw Amber outside, I couldn't believe my eyes. You vile creature. You ruined Ethan and now you're lying here all comfortable? What did he ever do to deserve you trying to destroy him? Her face twisted with rage. Like she wanted to tear me apart. Claire. Search your conscience. Ethan treated you like a queen, cooking, cleaning, worshipping the ground you walked on. How could you do this to someone who loved you so completely? Luna seemed genuinely heartbroken over Ethan's suffering. But who gave her the right to confront me? What's your angle here? Luna? The homewrecker lecturing the wife about mistreating her husband? Stop embarrassing yourself. She jabbed her chest defiantly. I'm the one who truly loves him. If you won't cherish him, I will. I won't let anyone hurt him anymore. How does a flat ivy like you even manipulate someone like Ethan? Divorce him now. I'll heal his wounds and care for him properly. Cross me again, and you'll regret it. I snorted. Funny, the pathetic man I supposedly manipulated refuses to leave me. Says he's hopelessly in love. Can't live without me. Liar. Luna screeched, lunging to drag me off the bed. Apologize to him on your knees. Then beg for that divorce. She overpowered me, slamming my head against the floor. Suddenly Amber yanked Luna away by her hair. Rest, she told me, helping me back onto the bed. I'll handle this. I heard Luna's screams echo down the hallway as Amber dragged her to Ethan's room. 10 sharp slaps rang out before Amber coldly declared. Since you won't protect Claire, I will. You never deserved her. Ethan. Weeks later, Amber received court papers. Ethan was suing her for assault. I was checking out of the hospital when I decided to confront him one last time. Luna was pleading by his bedside. Ethan. Please eat something. Do I need to feed you mouth to mouth? His eyes flickered when he noticed me. Claire. Let's discuss Amber's case. My voice stayed flat. After everything, I just wanted the divorce finalized. Luna. Leave us. Ethan ordered. She pouted dramatically. Ethan. Now. As the door closed, I faced the man who'd once promised me forever. The gulf between us felt wider than any courtroom battle. I frowned, realizing we were still legally married. The thought made me nauseous. Get out. Ethan raised his voice sharply. Luna's eyes reddened as she glared at me before storming out of the hospital room. Claire. You've lost weight. Ethan murmured, staring at me with unresolved anguish. You never came to see me. I maintained 3 meters between us. Ethan. I'm the one who hit you that night. Amber had nothing to do with it. Sue me if you want. His jaw tightened. You'd take the blame for her? Claire. I'm not stupid. You were unconscious beneath me when it happened. I scoffed. Really? Then explain why Amber would attack you? He fell silent. Let's preserve our dignity. I continued. Drop this. Finalize the divorce so you can be with that woman properly. He stared at his hands for a long time before speaking. I'll withdraw the lawsuit if you personally care for me until full recovery. Fine. My condition, we divorce immediately after you heal. His head snapped up. Wounded. Claire. Don't push me. I'm compromising already. Can't we have more time to mend things? I thought of Luna waiting outside. This predicament wasn't mine alone. Amber had been advising me non-stop. Claire. That bastard's unhinged. Let him come at me. Don't agree to anything. This is the cleanest solution. I insisted, squeezing her hand as she crushed an unlit cigarette. And stay out of my messes from now on. Ethan's extended hospitalization complicated everything. My culinary skills began and ended with boiled eggs. Claire. I'll eat anything you make. He said with performative tenderness. 3 years of marriage couldn't override my visceral revulsion. When he demanded bathroom assistance, I wheeled in the hospital chair. Help yourself. Claire. He thundered. Amber gave me severe concussion and multiple contusions requiring 3-month bed rest. Is this your idea of care? Remove that thing. My entire body recoiled as I forced out. Ethan. Being near you triggers chest pains. Please stop this. His grip whitened the bedsheets. Do you despise me this much? Despise? No. Loathe? Absolutely. Still feeling nauseous? I genuinely can't bring myself to touch you. I admitted bluntly. His eyes reddened instantly. Tears spilling over. Claire. He choked out. I'll never hurt you again. Let's forget everything from the past. Okay? Do you only remember the worst of me and none of the good? I stood frozen. Ethan. With his youth, gym-toned physique, and classically handsome features that swung between rugged and refined, embodied the golden boy fantasy, wealthy, charismatic, the kind who could charm his way out of anything with a well-timed pout. Yet every atom of his being repelled me now. The nurse eventually escorted him to handle his situation. He spent the entire day shooting me wounded puppy glances. Since cooking wasn't an option, I kept ordering takeout. Luna, ever predictable, arrived daily with homemade meals despite the downpour outside. On her first visit, Ethan snapped. I'm not divorcing her. Stop coming. Why? Luna's eyes glistened. Because I love my wife. He stated icily. We were a mistake. End of story. She flipped the food container violently. Don't you remember how she treated you? Ethan? The pet name dripped venom. Meanwhile, I've given you everything, my heart. My soul. You told me she's frigid in bed. That only I made you feel like a real man. Ethan's face darkened. Shut your mouth. He wheeled toward me. Panic-stricken. Claire. She's lying. Lying? Luna barked a humorless laugh. What spell has she cast on you? You said you felt alive with me. Cherished. I thought after all those years of waiting, we'd finally. Get out. Ethan roared. Never show your face here again. She left sobbing, only to reappear next morning. Perfectly coiffed and bearing eggplant stir-fry. You taught me this recipe. Remember? Taste how I've improved. Ethan watched me hungrily, desperate for any flicker of jealousy. He found none. The emotional high from driving them home that day set the bar too high. So these current events barely register. I remain calm with faint traces of anticipation. I hope Luna keeps pushing forward instead of being discouraged by Ethan's mixed signals. After kicking her out yesterday, he spent the entire afternoon spacing out. His eyes are on me but his mind's on her. Trying to have it all only leads to perpetual dissatisfaction. Now Ethan ignores her completely. He rejects the meal she brought and picks up my takeout container instead. Claire. Let me have some of that soup. I pass him the thermos. Claire. I want those dumplings. I hand over the steamed buns. Luna grinds her teeth nearby. Glaring daggers that could pierce through me. To her, this must look like deliberate PDA meant to humiliate her. She finally storms off when she can't take it anymore. Ethan cheerfully pledges loyalty. Claire. I chased her away. I'll never speak to her again. Let's focus on us. I smile non-committally. Days 3. 4. Luna shows up religiously like a cockroach surviving nuclear winter. Ethan alternates between berating her and giving her the cold shoulder. But she persists like a lovesick puppy, eerily mirroring how Ethan pursued me initially. Funny how women scale mountains for love while men merely part curtains. His defenses crumbled long ago. Whenever Luna visits, he monitors my reactions like some twisted loyalty test. See? Women throw themselves at me daily. Better appreciate what you've got before someone else does. I pretend not to notice. During hospital downtime, I scroll mindlessly while he reminisces about our past, trying to rekindle nostalgia. I simply count minutes until Luna's next appearance. Don't disappoint me now. The bomb drops when Luna bursts in breathlessly, she's pregnant. Ethan's composure shatters. Impossible. I always used. Surprises happen. Ethan. This baby proves our bond. Aren't you thrilled? Whether he's happy remains unclear. But I sure am. Checkmate. In that case, let's finalize the divorce. That child deserves responsibility. No. Luna. Get rid of it. Ethan glares icily. She steps back, trembling. This baby is our love incarnate. Force me and I'll kill myself. The dramatic exit seals it. Relief washes over me. Luna's theatrics will handle the messy divorce proceedings. I calmly pack leftover containers, mentally dividing assets. Marriage wasn't as complicated as people made it out to be. After our wedding, Ethan and I maintained separate finances. Though he showered me with gifts, I always found ways to reciprocate through thoughtful gestures. What appeared to be his continuous generosity was actually a balanced equation between us. I never regretted marrying him, only how it ended. Ethan gripped my wrist with bloodshot eyes. Were you waiting for this day all along? I wrenched free. You brought this upon yourself. Ethan. Blame no one else. You've hurt two women. Divorcing me to be with her is the cleanest solution. His crushing hold made me wince as he choked out. What about you, Claire? Who'll take care of you? No one could love you like I do. Why couldn't you be the one carrying my child? My palm cracked across his face. I'll thrive without you. Ethan. Thank God I'm not pregnant. You disgust me, staying would have been a life sentence. He stubbornly refused the divorce papers. I could wait. The day I returned from the hospital, Luna stood on our porch with a butter knife at her throat. Divorce her? Or we die together. Ethan stumbled toward his melodramatic mistress. Luna. Put that down. I bit back laughter watching our sharp-witted businessman fail to recognize prop weaponry. It took 20 minutes of coaxing before she relinquished her deadly kitchen tool. Remember your promise. Luna sniffled. Break it. And you'll find my corpse next time. When we finally faced each other alone, Ethan's shoulders slumped. I'm exhausted. Claire. Luna loves me fiercely, the kind of passion you never showed. I can't abandon someone who actually needs me. So you're admitting defeat? I'll sign. Funny how perspectives shift. During his pursuit, he'd rhapsodized, you're like some rare orchid, serene. Untouchable. I want to keep you in my private greenhouse. Other women reek of desperation. Now that desperation had become passionate devotion. The man hadn't changed. I'd simply stopped viewing him through rose-tinted lenses. Signing the papers felt like removing concrete boots. Amber and I celebrated with a month-long Mediterranean cruise. Where to next? She asked while we sipped limoncello in Positano. My roots are shallow, just say the word. Back home. I wrapped up projects at my parents' investment firm. Their decades-long absence abroad had gifted me financial independence if not family warmth. The past month's frenzy provided blessed numbness. Though recently I'd noticed junior executives accidentally bringing me lattes and workout buddies suddenly discovering jazz bars. Amber smirked during our weekly brunch. Watch out, the vultures are circling. I speared a strawberry. Let them orbit. I've got better things to do than play gravitational center. Freedom tasted sweeter than revenge. But I'm not really interested for now. When I get off work, Amber comes to pick me up. Without Ethan, our relationship has grown closer. One day while heading to the underground parking garage, a lunatic with a knife tried to attack me. But Amber kicked her away. When I looked closer, that crazy woman turned out to be Luna. Claire. I hate you. Why? Why can't he forget you even after your divorce? He doesn't see me at all. When we had sex, he kept calling your name. My baby's gone too. All because of you. He literally fucked it out of me. Now he wants to divorce me, also because of you. I'll kill you. Goosebumps rose on my skin. Luna had truly lost her mind. What was she talking about? I hadn't contacted them for months, thinking I'd completely left their world. What fresh hell was this? Amber immediately called the police. They took Luna away. The deranged woman hadn't noticed the surveillance cameras that captured her entire attack. She got 3 months in jail for attempted assault. Notably, her husband Ethan never showed up during the whole ordeal. Amber handled everything to shield me from these toxic people and drama. My project is nearing completion. Once I find reliable management for the company, Amber and I can leave this city. Start fresh somewhere far away. There's this sharp-dressed guy at work who walks me to the garage every evening. Even knowing I won't reciprocate his feelings, he keeps cheerfully accompanying me, only to retreat under Amber's glacial glare. Today Amber ran late. As I waited in the garage, an unexpected person appeared. Ethan stood before me. Exactly as I remembered. Yet shrouded in melancholy. Claire. You might not know this, I've been following you for over a month. Is that man pursuing you? Why did you smile at him? You never smiled like that when I courted you. He escorts you daily. Are you falling for him? I won't allow this. I can't bear it. I'll go mad. His trembling hands lit a cigarette. You've never been with anyone else besides me. The legendary Ice Queen, how could you move on so fast? I can accept divorce. But not you loving another man. Disgust twisted my features. What does he think I am? His property? We're divorced. Do I owe him something? Now he's pulling this crap? Just like Luna. Ethan. Even if I like someone else. What's it to you? Can you please disappear from my life? He stepped closer urgently. Claire. Don't be cruel. You made me divorce her. Can't stop me from loving you. I retreated. Since when did he become this delusional? Ethan. Need I remind you? You're married to Luna. Aren't you supposed to love her now? No. He panicked. Claire. Let's not mention that vulgar creature. She's disgusting, insatiable in bed. Caked in makeup that hides a face worse than death. I regret everything. She's unworthy. I've always loved you. I'm divorcing her. I know you need time. But I'll prove I'm your true soulmate. I'd do anything for you. He's truly insane. And he's not alone, Luna's equally deranged. I saw Luna appear silently behind Ethan. She had heard every word he said. Wasn't Luna supposed to be in prison? How could she be here? Had someone bailed her out? I didn't know. But the look of utter despair on her face and the knife clutched in her hand sent chills down my spine. Ethan. Do you hate me this much? She whispered before plunging the blade viciously into his back. Ethan groaned in agony as he turned toward her. She yanked the knife free only to stab him again. Ethan. Is this the only way you'll finally love me? The only way we can be together forever? A pair of hands smelling faintly of cigarettes covered my eyes. My trembling body instinctively leaned into the narrow shelter of someone's arms. Don't look. Amber murmured. This is nightmare fuel. Security guards sprinted across the courtyard, dragging the knife-wielding Luna away. Amber guided me to her car and drove us from that cursed place as Luna's manic laughter echoed behind us. You're mine forever now. Ethan. No more running. Ha ha ha. Before leaving the city, I visited the cemetery to place flowers at Ethan's grave. He'd streaked through my heart like a meteor, brief. Brilliant. Gone. He loved nothing but his own pride till the end. I said. Pathetic. And infuriating. Amber rested a hand on my shoulder. Let's go. I turned away calmly, knowing I'd never return. Ahead stretched a road unwalked. Untouched, a blank page waiting.